Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aisyah Sumaya binti Ahmad Fauzi. My number matric is 425-300-1941. Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today our group will be presenting an analysis of a landmark industrial court case, Ching Sweat Yin versus Labcon Tools M. Sendirian Berhad. This case is a fascinating study of the boundaries of the contract of service and the duty of fidelity. It involves a sales executive who was terminated during her probation, not just for poor performance, but for a fundamental breach of trust discovered by the employer. In this presentation, we will explore how the court views pre-employment dishonesty, the right of a probationer, and the rare instance where the court penalized a serial claimant for abusing the legal system. Our discussion today will focus on three primary facts and issues that define the outcome of this award. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, I am Hazira and today I will briefly discuss the case Ching Sweat Yin vs Labcon Tools M SDN BHD. This case was heard by the Industrial Court of Malaysia and involved the issue of unfair dismissal. The claimant Ching Sweat Yin challenged her termination, claiming that she was dismissed without just cause or excuse. The main issue before the court was whether the employee had a valid reason and followed proper procedures in dismissing the employee. In Malaysia, employment law, the burden of proof lies on the employer to show that the dismissal was justified and carried out fairly.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Adina. So today I want to summarize about this case. This case involves Ching Sweat Yin, who filed a claim of unfair dismissal against Labcon Tools in Berhad. She claimed that she was forced to resign and that the company did not issue warning letters or conduct a domestic inquiry. However, the company argued that she had poor performance, a bad attitude, and had given false information about her previous employment. She was still under probation, but how can her employment was terminated? During the trial, she failed to attend court proceeding. The industrial court found that the company had just cause and excuse to dismiss her. Her claim was dismissed and she was ordered to pay about 3,000 in costs.
The first issue concerned dishonesty during the requirement process. The claimant stated in her job application that she had worked for continuous years as a sales and marketing executive at Shining Engineering Enterprise. However, after she was hired, the employer conducted a background check and discovered that this information was false. In reality, she had moved between 5 different companies during that same period. The court held that this was a serious misconduct because an employment relationship must be on trust and good faith. By providing false information, she prevented the employer from making an informed hiring decision. This was considered as material misrepresentation, meaning that lie was significant enough that it could have affected the company's decision to employ her. Once the trust was broken, the employer had a valid reason to terminate her services. The second issue relates to her poor performance during her 3-month probation period. Soon after she started working, the company received multiple complaints from customers about her attitude and service. As a sales executive, her duty was to visit clients and build business relationships. However, evidence showed that she frequently failed to attend scheduled visits. The employer even produced touch and go records proving that she was traveling to places unrelated to work during office hours. Despite being given guidance and extensions of her probation period, she refused to improve and ignored instructions, including the use of proper reporting formats. The court emphasized that a probationer is on trial to prove suitability. Since she failed to demonstrate satisfactory performance, her termination was justified. The third issue is quite unusual. The court found that she had filed unfair dismissal claims against at least 10 former employers. This showed a pattern of repeatedly suing previous companies. The chairman believed she was misusing the legal system instead of genuinely seeking justice. Although the industrial code is usually a no-cost forum, the court made a rare order requiring her to pay Rm3,000 in costs. This was meant as a warning that the legal system should not be abused. In conclusion, this case highlights the importance of honesty, good performance during probation, and respect for the integrity of the legal process. Thank you.
For this case, the main relevant law is the Industrial Relations Act 1967, especially Section 20, which protects employees from unfair dismissal. Under this section, an employee can challenge a termination if it is made without just cause and excuse. Besides that, the Employment Act 1955 is also relevant as it sets minimum employment standards and ensures fair treatment of employees. Together, this law ensures that termination must be carried out lawfully and fairly. Now, I will briefly explain the first of this issue. First, this case demonstrates strong legal protection for employees as the law safeguards them against unfair dismissal. Second, it emphasizes the importance of just cause and excuse where employers must provide valid reasonable reason before terminating employment. Third, it highlights the importance of procedural fairness, meaning proper procedures and the right to be heard must be followed. Lastly, it promotes accountability of employers, ensuring that their decisions comply with labor laws. Next, I will explain the cons of this issue. First, the case reflects weak internal case management by the employer as proper procedures were not followed. Second, it shows a lack of HR and legal awareness where the employer failed to fully comply with labor law requirements. Third, the dispute resolution process was lengthy as the case progressed through multiple legal stages.
So now, I want to provide some solution. The first solution is to strengthen the recruitment and background verification process. In this case, the employer gave false information about her previous job history. The company only discovered this later. To prevent this, employers should verify employment history, contact previous employers, and request supporting document before confirming employment. Since employment is based on trust, proper screening can help avoid hiring dishonest candidates and reduce future disputes. The second solution is to implement proper performance monitoring, especially during probation. Even though written warnings are not strictly required for probationary employees, it is still important to document performance issues. For example, the company can prepare monthly performance reports, record reminders, and give written feedback and set clear targets. This documentation can serve as strong evidence if any unfair dismissal claim arise in the future. The third solution is to establish clear internal grievance and communication channel. Employees should be encouraged to raise complaints internally before going to the industrial court. Many disputes happen because of misunderstanding or poor communication. If there is a proper system to discuss issues with HR and the management, problem can be resolved earlier. This helps promote industrial harmony and prevent unnecessary legal action. So that's all from me.
In conclusion, labor law in Malaysia plays an important role in balancing the rights of both employees and employers. Employees are protected from unfair dismissal while employers are expected to manage their workforce professionally and responsibly. Honesty and integrity from employees help build trust in the workplace. At the same time, employees must ensure proper management, clear documentation, and procedural fairness before making any dismissal decision. The courts, particularly the Industrial Court of Malaysia, uphold justice by ensuring that dismissals are supported by just cause and excuse. Any misuse of the legal process may lead to legal and financial consequences. Overall, this case reminds us that fairness, accountability, and proper procedures are essential in maintaining a balanced and just employment relationship. Thank you.